So, hello everyone. It is I, your man, Nitin Sharma, and welcome back to another video. Now, these are the player ratings for last night's victory against Brentford. So that was Brentford 0, Chelsea 1. The only goal coming from Ben Chilwell. I mean, what a strike. We'll get onto that later. But yeah, these are the player ratings for yesterday's victory against Brentford. So yeah, we dominated in the first half. Second half we were shaky, and they were lucky not to walk. We were lucky to walk away with all 3 points. So yeah, with that being said, let's move on to our player ratings. So starting off in goal, as we always do, Mr. Eduard Mendy. He didn't do much in the first half, mainly because he didn't have to. And Mbeumo, the closest Mendy came to having to do anything was when Mbeumo hit the post. He made a good stop from Ivan Toney 20 minutes in to keep it 1-0, and he made an outstanding save. He made 6 saves, key saves in total in the second half. And in my opinion, my man of the match, he gets a 10 out of 10. Next player, Cesar Azpilicueta. He didn't do much of note in the first half, as he wasn't really tested defensively, and did not set the world alight going into forward positions either. A typical performance from the Spain international, as he led his team well and did his job to the utmost efficiency. He gets an 8 out of 10. Trevor Chalabar stepped up very highly in the early going with the ball to push Brentford back. Some of his passing was good. He might have got away with a tangle of legs with Ivan Toney. Looked shaky in the second half, and some mistakes crept into his game as Brentford piled on the pressure. Trevor Chalabar gets a 7 out of 10. Andreas Christensen. He was the senior man in the back 3, and he led by example, as he had a good battle with Ivan Toney, stood up well with Brentford onslaught in the final 15 minutes. And yeah, kept Ivan Toney quiet. So for that, he gets an 8 out of 10. Malang Sarr. He made his Premier League debut on the left of the back 3. Looked solid with Christensen by his side, and he won all of his first half duels. Got into some tackles after the break. Looked a bit sus in the final 15 minutes as Brentford went all-out gung-ho attack at him and his teammates. So yeah, for me, he gets an average 6.5 out of 10. Now, Ben Chilwell, the goal scorer. Did some below par set piece deliveries in the first half, but he then made up for it by thundering home a golazo of a half volley just before the stroke of half time to give the Blues the lead in West London. And he made some crucial challenges in the second half as well. He gets a 7 out of 10. N'Golo Kante. He was restored into the starting 11 after the C word enforced his absence and looked a little off the pace at first, but he became better in the second half. But there is still more to come from the France international. And for that, he gets a 7.5 out of 10. Reuben Loftus-Cheek. He was very impressive as he dominated the midfield area with his brutal elegance and drew some fouls as well. Had a bit more defensive work to do after the break as Brentford went all gung-ho. 8.5 out of 10. Matteo Kovacich. He was on a tightrope for the final, for 72 minutes of that game after getting an early yellow card for bringing down Mbembo, but it didn't let it affect his energy levels, and he blasted a shot into Rosette in the second half. He did fine. 7 out of 10. Timo Verna injected a lot of pace into the visitors in attacking, going early forward, but he should have done better with the chance on the 37-minute mark, but he blasted it over. Didn't do much in the second half as Brentford went all gung-ho. This is probably the third time I've said gung-ho. There, fourth. Anyway, we move. He gets a 6 out of 10. The next rank is Romelu Lukaku. Had a goal ruled out 21 minutes in after a counter-attack, but was again looking on the fringes of the first half. A vital defensive header in the second half, clearing Tony's goal behind, and he was replaced by Havertz late on in the second half. He gets a 6.5 out of 10. Now, the substitutes. Mason Mount for Matteo Kovacich. Didn't really get into the game. He gets a 6 out of 10. Kai Havertz for Romelu Lukaku. Couldn't help relieve the pressure that was constantly on Chelsea's goal. He gets a 5 out of 10. Reece James bought on for Cesar Azpilicueta. I'm not going to give him a rating because he wasn't on the pitch long enough. Mainly bought in to waste time and run down the clock. Man of the match, Eduard Mendy. Oh, sorry. I have to do the manager's rating first. Thomas Tuchel, he gets a 7 out of 10. The lineup was spot on. He could have done better with the defenders he picked. But I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get too much into that. So he gets a 7 out of 10. And my man of the match has to be Eduard Mendy. And honestly, I can't think of a clown of the match this week. Maybe you could give me a clown of the match in the comment section below. So, man of the match, Eduard Mendy, because he kept it 1-0 for us. It could have been so much worse if we didn't have a decent keeper in goal, because Brentford were by far the better team in the second half. And they should have walked away with a draw in that game. I'm not going to lie. So yeah, So yeah, with that being said, those are the player ratings. Leave your player ratings in the comments below. And that is the end of this video. So if you like what you saw, social media is in the ticker below. Please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications if you haven't already. And with that being said, let's get this video to 10 likes. That would be great. The target is 10 likes. And with that being said, you have been a wonderful audience, and this is Nip and Sharma signing off. Take care of yourselves. Peace. Up the Chels and come on, you Blues. And I'm out of here, and I shall see you in the next video. Laters.